Good morning, everyone. It's Lindsey Huddleston back in the building with another SPS Monday Motivation. Hope you had a great weekend. I had a great weekend indeed. It was a Henry Ford alumni weekend. Shout out to the Trojans getting together. I wasn't able to make it down, but I saw the great photos, and I know everyone had a great time. So shout out to those Trojans. We'll come back to that in a second. So what is today's topic? As I say, from the headlines or from my personal life, and boy, had some things going on, and it really made me appreciate the idea of seeking wise counsel. That's right, seeking wise counsel. Many of us are fortunate that we have great people in our lives that we can turn to, we can call upon and give them information, advice. But there's also another level to the game, if you will, going forward. Who do we have this morning? You check in. I got a little delay with my internet, and it says Aaron Mays, brother Aaron Mays in the building. Good morning, brother. How you doing? How you been? All is well. We got Aaron Mays checking in. Then we also got Michelle, Mimi Watkins. The crew is in the building. Michelle and Aaron. I'm talking about seeking wise counsel. Now, did I take advantage of my love for the Godfather trilogy, particularly 1 and 2, which always get all the praise? And I'll give you some information from that as we talk. Promoting violence. Lord knows we need a break from the tragedies that we've been seeing. And I want to talk about one of the themes of the Godfather movie, if you haven't seen it. But in the Godfather, the consigliere is more than an advisor. That's the name for the counselor, if you will. They are a trusted strategist, a truth teller, and a guardian of the family's best interests. Let's keep those principles in mind. So in the movie The Godfather, Richard Duvall played that role as Tom Hagen's initially in The Godfather, well known. And the story, if you know, he was a family friend. He wasn't Sicilian, but he was a family friend. And he befriended Michael, and he was there for Michael and the family. They brought him home, and he was really connected with everyone. Having a little delay here, but you can see him right here talking to Michael Corleone and whatnot. And you can also see him talking to the Don himself, Marlon Brando, who played Don Corleone. I actually had a picture of Don Corleone and Michael Corleone as Scarface up on my wall. But what I want to talk about is, let's relate that to our everyday world. I'm not bringing everybody into the gangster world, but just look at this. So Tom Hagen, in this capacity, the Corleone family consigliere, wasn't there to flatter the boss. He was there to protect them, even if the advice was uncomfortable. And that's something we got to keep in mind. We have a lot of people here who support and go as far as they can without crossing the boundary of being non-flattering and things like that. But it's a person who's thinking with your best interest in mind, several steps ahead, several years ahead in me, right? So in times of peace, and we're going to move from the idea of actual movie violence, but let's just say in times where everything is chill in your life, you might lean on someone who's more diplomatic, but in times of war, and I'm going to find wars, conflict, challenges, and other things that you're kind of overwhelmed with, you need what's called a wartime consigliere. And that was the big theme and the big shift in The Godfather when Michael Corleone says, when it was Sonny, said, I need a wartime consigliere, somebody who can help me during these strategic times. Right? Let's keep talking about that. The term wartime consigliere is someone who can guide you through the conflict, the pressure, and the high-stakes decisions with clarity and courage. In many cases, it's somebody who's been there before. I got to give advice, speaking to Henry Ford, going back to my days at Henry Ford, and even, throughout my adult life, I definitely had somebody who I would consider a wartime consigliere. And that was in the name of Mr. Ernest L. Moy. Transition November 2023. His picture, if you can see, is right over my shoulder behind my SPS, logo. And I still have his eulogy I was there to present on, as well as, everything from that day.